Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah. It is that time again to talk about my monthly favorites. I'm pretty sure I wore this shirt in my last monthly favorites, so I might be wrong. I'll make sure I leave that linked down below. But anyway, it says you can brew it, and like today's Monday that I'm filming it, so like it's a mood. Anyway, I guess I would include that as a monthly favorite, but like I have talked about it in a favorites video before, but it's a shirt from Old Navy. I'll leave it linked down below in the description box if I can find it. I got it in the summer. Pretty affordable. I love Old Navy. I love this shirt. But the first official favorite that I'm going to talk about is this. No particular order. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and talk about this Becca primer. It is the Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. I got this in my 21 Days of Beauty and my September Ulta favorites, 21 Days of Beauty. Anyway, I've mentioned this in at least a couple videos before, but I wanted to make sure that I tried this like a sufficient amount of time before recommending it and saying that it's a favorite, because full price it is $38, I believe. I got it 50% off for $19, which is still not super cheap, but I do really like it. I like that. At first, I was a little skeptical about this primer because it does kind of like leave your skin feeling a little tight. I just want to be upfront with you guys, but it's nothing super unbearable, and it just kind of evens out your skin really well, so I believe that's kind of what that feeling comes from. But as the name implies, the Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector, so it kind of does mattify your skin. I have oily skin. I've mentioned that several times before. I really do think that this does a great job at smoothing out your pores. I've been on the hunt for a really good primer, and I know that this one is not cheap. It is $38, so whenever I run out of this, I will kind of have to really evaluate the situation to see if I want to repurchase it. But I do really like it, and I would say that it's worth it. It's definitely worth the $19 that I spent on it, and you get 1.35 fluid ounces. That's a pretty decent size. It almost has kind of like a cooling feel on it. Like that's just what the primer looks like, and then you rub it in and it just, I feel like I'm talking really fast, and I've noticed that whenever I'm editing, and I especially feel it today. But I have had like a full cup of coffee, and then I'm, working on this Dunkin' coffee here. But I hope that it's not super annoying, but anyway, I'm talking fast. I'm aware of the situation. The next beauty favorite that I want to mention is this Morphe blush. I talked about this in my Ipsy bag review. I will leave that video linked down below. I always like doing my Ipsy bag reviews. I love getting my Ipsy bag every month. But anyway, this was definitely a favorite from that, and it's like, I'm wearing the blush today. It's very pigmented for sure, so you don't have to use a lot of the product, but it's just, especially for getting it in an Ipsy bag, like this is just a really good blush. It's in the shade Spirit. I used it in the Ipsy bag video if you kind of want to, I think I used it in the Ipsy bag. If I didn't use it, I at least like am wearing it. Anyway, I talked about this more in that Ipsy bag review. I really like this blush, and I highly recommend that. The next beauty favorite that I want to talk about is the lip combo that I have on today. It is these two products, as I've mentioned before. I have mentioned this in a video before. It's this Tarte Lip Paint in the shade Low Key, and then this Bite Beauty lip crayon in the shade, I think it's Glace, or I think there's an asterisk over the E. I really like this combo because I believe like the formula of this makes it very long lasting, and then this over top of it I just think is a beautiful color. But whenever I was going to apply this before the video, I had like a sad realization that this is all that I have left, which makes me very sad. I actually got this in as a gift from Sephora for my birthday, so I didn't have to purchase this, but I love it so much, and I really love this shade. Now, some people might think like I have a lot of colors this shade and I probably have a dupe, but I might, but I just really like this color. It's a very wearable color, and it's very long lasting, so I might purchase this or ask for it for Christmas or something, because this is a really good color. The next beauty favorite that I want to talk about is my brows, specifically this little spoolie. It's this double-ended spoolie. It's by the brand E.L.F. So hey, look, something affordable. This is only $3, and it just has a spoolie on one side and then like a brow applicator on the other side. And this is like nothing super innovative, but I just was that person. Like for the longest time, I would get my eyebrows done, and then like I would kind of tweeze them intermittently, but that was pretty much all I would do with my eyebrows. But recently I have actually started taking better care of them, and like using products and stuff like that. I really like this for combing my brows, so I use that today, and then I obviously have some brow products on as well. So I just really like this little guy, and I'm glad that I finally got it. The next favorite that I have to mention is I really am into wearing eyeshadow on my lower lash line. I go through phases. I used to wear eyeliner, but I haven't worn eyeliner for like a good couple years. And then sometime, like I went through a phase of not having anything on my lower lash line, like not even mascara, but now I have mascara, and pretty often I would say I really like using this brush. Probably because I finally found it, so maybe that was a contributing factor to why I wasn't wearing eyeshadow on my lower lash line, because I didn't really have a good brush to apply it with. But I really like this brush, and then specifically the shade that I want to mention, I don't have it on today, but it's just this really deep plum shade. It's a Burberry eyeshadow, and as I've mentioned before, I'm not super fancy. I got this at Nordstrom Rack, and I really like this color because I love deep plums. But I do have a deep plum on my lower lash line today, just not that specific one. But yeah, eyeshadows on my lower lash line, favorite of the month for sure. So this next favorite, I love the packaging of, as well as the product. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Powder. Yeah, waterproof setting powder. I really love Urban Decay. It's my favorite brand. If you guys have not already guessed that, I mentioned something Urban Decay in almost every video. I love that brand. And then also specifically the All Nighter kind of line of it. I'm interested in trying the foundation now that I'm thinking about it, because I've been using the Naked Skin foundation for well over a year, and I love that foundation, but I'm kind of interested in trying the All Nighter foundation, so I might do that coming up now that I'm thinking about it. But anyway, I love the All Nighter setting powder. All Nighter setting spray. It's a game changer for sure. I highly recommend it. It's one of my top 3 beauty favorites of all time. But this powder as well, I believe this powder in a combination with this Becca primer, I think is a really good combo. I think it's just good at like kind of smoothing my pores and just making everything look a whole lot more flawless, and I really like how my skin looks after I've been using this powder. It's just a translucent powder, I believe, because there's only one shade. This is what it looks like on the inside, and then it has like a magnetic close. So yeah, I really like this product. I want to include a skincare favorite in this month's video because I've been using this for a long time, and I really just wanted to mention it in a video. I got this product in either my spring or my summer FabFitFun box, but it's just this Vasanti Brighten Up Enzymatic Face Rejuvenator. It's like a face exfoliating cleanser, and I will show you, but like the micro beads in this are really fine, and I love the smell of this as well. But yeah, this is just what it looks like out of the tube, and then it just has like really fine crystals for exfoliating your skin, so that makes it really gentle on your skin, and I just really highly recommend it. And it leaves your skin feeling very clean and refreshed, and I really like that product. And then the last beauty product, which I would be hesitant to even call it a beauty product, but it's just these Ulta cotton rounds. I've mentioned this in several videos. It's only $2.99 for 80 of them. I love how these are made. They're not super flimsy or anything like that, and it's really affordable. I use this in my skincare video, so you can see that I obviously use these every day. I really highly recommend it, and I will make sure that I leave it linked down below. As I do with all my favorites, everything that I can that I mentioned in this video, I'll make sure that I leave it in the description box, so check that out if you're interested in something that I mentioned in the video. And then kind of a random favorite as we're transitioning into the more lifestyle part of this favorites is this little container that I use to put my makeup brushes in. I got this at Marshall's. I believe it was only like it was only $3.99. I love it has just the little eyelashes on it. I keep my face brushes in this, and I just think it's super cute, so I was really happy to get this. The next favorite that I want to mention is this necklace. I got it from some friends after I house sat for them. I watched their cats, and then they were in New York, so they got me this little necklace, and I'll kind of talk you through all of the little charms. It is from the company Brooklyn Charm. Anyway, as I mentioned, they got it whenever they were in New York. I have worn this in a video before as well. I'll just kind of get closer so I can show you the charms. So the biggest one you can see right here is a little Statue of Liberty. I don't know how... Yeah, I think you can kind of see that. So super cute. Obviously they were in New York, so that's why they got that. And then the next one that I kind of want to talk about is they got me this little H, obviously because my name is Hannah. And they got a little Florida charm as well because we live in Florida. Well, you know, me and my friends, the friends that got this for me. And then they got a little camera for YouTube, so I thought that was cute. And then my favorite one that I got was a little cat which let me just explain myself. So it was like these 5 little charms. I think it's super, super cute. Thanks again, Rob and Angela. I really, really like gifts with meaning behind it. So I really, really like this necklace. Okay, so the cat part of the charm is like a little fun story about me. Beforehand, like before meeting them and their cats, I promise you, like I was not a cat person at all. I did not like cats. I did not like being near them. But I feel like kind of somewhat to my credit, that's not the word I want to use. But anyway, so I'm allergic to cats, so I feel like that was like a little bit justified. Like I don't like cats, I'm allergic to them, but like it's fine. I still watch their cats for them. Because I just, like whenever I met their cats, I really, really liked them. And also one of their cats had recently had kittens like around the time that we started hanging out, and I fell in love. Like especially this one specific cat named Mittens. Like she was my first, like I love that little cat. She had little white paws. She was so cute. I had to share this little picture of Mittens. Like isn't she the cutest thing? Also, I forgot to mention in the video, but everything that I can link, I will have linked in the description box, so you should check that out. So yeah, that was like a little story time with Hannah. I love cats because of their cats, and now I'm like more open to the fact of loving cats. But I still love Milo, of course, more, and I still overall am a dog person. So I'm not switched from a dog person to a cat person. I just appreciate cats as well. Okay, so let's talk about TV shows. You guys, This Is Us is finally back on the air, releasing new episodes, and I am here for it. Like, I don't always watch the new episode on Tuesday night, but I watch it before the new one comes out, and I love that show so much. I think I've talked about this before, but anyway, my all-time favorite show is Gilmore Girls, and like it needs a lot to even come close to Gilmore Girls, like a show. But I have to say, like, This Is Us is on par with Gilmore Girls, which some of the fact of that may be due to the fact that the guy who plays Jess in Gilmore Girls is also in This Is Us. The show all together, like Gilmore Girls has a good cast as well, but I love the character development in This Is Us, and like the whole show has good characters. I mean, good actors. Like it's not just a couple good actors, like the whole show has good actors. Also, I just want to say that Randall and Beth are goals. I love them as a couple on the show. Like I could talk about that show for a very long time. I love that show so much, and just if you have not watched that show, please do. I highly recommend it. I think it's the best. It's such a good show. Also, Riverdale is releasing new episodes, but I haven't started watching the new season yet. I'm thinking I might wait until all of it's done and then it's released on Netflix so I can watch it all at one time. But the thing about that is I have to wait like probably a few months, so I'm not sure if I do want to do that, but I really, really like Riverdale. That's also back on the air. Also 911, I think that's through Fox, but I watch that show on Hulu as well. I watch This Is Us and 911 on Fox. I really, really like that show. Also, The Resident is back. Like basically, like since it's the fall season, all these shows are back filming, and I'm very happy. So I really like watching The Resident and 911. I recommend those two shows as well. But like, if you were only gonna watch one, I recommend This Is Us. It's a great show. I didn't go to any concerts this month, but in October of 2017, I did meet Anthem Lights this month. So that's like one of my favorite bands, and I got to hear them perform, but also just meet them in person. And that was such a fun experience that I will always think of happily. But I am still loving Imagine Dragons, who I saw in August, and then Taylor Swift, who I saw in September, because it's just like whenever you already loved both of those artists and especially their current albums as well as previous albums, but whenever you hear them live, it kind of like keeps a memory where you can almost like see them performing the song, and you have like a greater appreciation for them. So her Reputation album, Taylor Swift Reputation album, like fave album still, but 1989, can we just talk about that album? Like that album came out years ago, and it is still one of my favorite albums. I can still listen to like the entire thing and not be annoyed, and that says a lot, because usually whenever I like songs, I'll listen to it 250 times and then not be able to listen to it for a year. But not the case with 1989 or Reputation. Also, Imagine Dragons album Evolve is just a great album as well. Another random favorite that I kind of want to mention is my rook piercing. I will show that to you. It's this. Let me push it. It's this piercing right here, and that's the same thing as like with Anthem Lights. I got it done a year ago in October, so it's a year old. I still want to get more piercings, but I really, really like this one because I just think it's a cool piercing, and yeah, it's really, really fun. I like this. I like it. If you're looking for another ear piercing, I recommend this one because it's kind of cool and it's a little unique. I really like this little hoop here as well. And I actually have all of my ear piercings in today. So I have, you know, these 4, and then I have these 4. I'll probably eventually do a video on my ear piercings, but I want to get another one first. I'm thinking the next one that I want to get is a tragus, which is this piercing right here. I think I want to get it on this ear, but I'll let you guys know whenever I do it. But anyway, so yeah, rook piercing, I really like it. Also these earrings, usually I'm kind of more into studs, but I really like these earrings because they're like long for sure, but they're still kind of dainty. Oh yeah, and I have another clothing favorite that I want to mention. It's this cardigan. I'm showing this on a haul, and I've definitely worn this in videos before, but I love the color maroon, especially for fall time. And I really like this because it can dress up an outfit, and it can just go with a lot of things. And it's long sleeves, so it provides a little bit of warmth as well. And I really like that. I got that at Ross. Okay, so that concludes today's favorites video. Thanks again for watching. I want to know what your favorite was. So whether that be a beauty favorite or like something that you did this month, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. Thanks again for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You can always subscribe, but if you do subscribe, I recommend hitting the bell notifications next to it so that way you'll get notified whenever I post. As I mentioned, I post beauty videos every Monday and Friday, and I will see you guys in my next video.